Hello, friends. Good afternoon. You are all welcome to this live session, which we do every day, Monday to Friday, from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. So you're all welcome to today's live session. And as promised, every day we come with one new topic on sales. And today's topic is how do you really manage your time in sales? So that's the topic coming up today. Then how do you really do time management? If you're a sales professional and you want to best manage your time, how do you go about it? That's the context of today's program. Very excited. And this is a topic which is really very, very important for all of us into sales because you can actually buy everything else in life, but time is a commodity which you cannot buy. You just cannot buy time. Whether you're a rich man, poor man, you're a senior, you're a director of sales, you're a sales executive, you're a sales officer, all of us have got only 24 hours to play our game. If you don't know how to manage this 24 hours, you will find it very difficult in the professional world there. And if you know how to manage your 24 hours, you are home, right? So Nandini Shukla, Pvt Ltd, Amit Kumar, and a lot of you who are joining me in this program today, you're welcome. Let's straight away shoot into the program and let us try and understand as to what exactly are the activities of a salesperson. Because once you know what are the activities of a salesperson, then you will know how do you allocate your time there, right? Because typically, a sales professional is supposed to focus on 5 areas. What are those 5 areas? The first area where a sales professional is expected to focus is lead generation. Now, lead generation comes as suspecting and prospecting. So, lead generation is the first area which you need to focus on. Okay, and we need to find time for lead generation because I know a lot of salespeople who generate leads only when they have time, and so maybe 3 months they are focused on lead generation, they don't close sales, and then 3 months they are focused on closing, they do very well for those 3 months, and again the next 3 months they don't do well because their funnel doesn't have enough leads. So the first area where you need to focus yourself is lead generation. The second area where you need to focus yourself as far as time management is concerned is lead nurturing. Because even if you have generated a lead, but if you don't know how to nurture it, it's like a mother nurturing a baby and making the baby grow into an adult. So, lead nurturing involves activities like sales pitching, need analysis, objection handling, and writing tailor made sales proposals. All right, fantastic. So, two areas which requires the time of a salesperson. The third area which requires the time of salesperson is closure and negotiation, right? So even if you do great lead generation, you do very good amount of lead nurturing, but if you do not have enough time to do closures of sales and negotiation of sales, you'll not be closing enough and you will be known as a failed salesperson. So that's area number 3, which eats up a lot of your time. The fourth area which eats up a lot of your time is sales MIS, which is daily sales reporting, preferably on a CRM software, and creating the relevant dashboards so that you can feed your superiors, your bosses about various kinds of reports that emanates from your sales process. All right, so that's area number 4. And area number 5 is sales planning and strategy. Now, sales planning and strategy also requires time of a sales professional. Now, typically, when I'm talking of sales planning and strategy, I'm talking of things like competition analysis, BTL planning, suspect data, market scanning, go-to-market plan, way forward. Now, these are the things which comes under sales planning and strategy. So, what have we discussed till now? We have discussed SK Tiwari, Gupta Prasad, you're welcome. What we have discussed till now, we have discussed 5 areas, vital areas, which actually consumes a lot of time of a salesperson. Now, when we are talking of sales management or time management of a sales professional, essentially what are we talking about? We are talking about how do you really get across these 5 challenges. Now, let's look at the challenge number 1. Once we have understood that these are the 5 sales activities which eats away the time of a salesperson, let's also quickly look at 3 points which are marketing activities which I feel is required to be done by every salesperson. Okay, so first marketing activity is visibility. Now, as a salesperson, you can maximize your visibility in the market by doing effective public relations. The second activity, that is the marketing activity, is maximizing the number of touch points. And for maximizing the number of touch points, you need to do effective networking. So you need to allocate some time for effective networking, isn't it? And the third marketing activity is all those below the line activities which we call BTL activities. So visibility, touch points, and activities correlated to public relations, networking, and BTL planning, right? So we discussed about 5 sales activities which takes my time as a sales professional, 3 marketing activities which takes my time as a sales professional. So if I know how to manage these 8 things, I'm good. Now let's move and dive into the subject deeper. Now the salesperson or the sales professional has to allocate time for all this sales and marketing activity which I just spoke about. Step number 1, what are you supposed to do? Step number 1, first thing that you got to do is prepare a DILO. DILO stands for day in life of. So if you are a sales professional, what is your typical day? Have you planned your typical day? Because if you have not planned your typical day, it is said, my boss, when I was a sales executive, my boss used to say that, Sanjay, if your every day is strong, your every week will be strong. Your every month, every quarter, and hence every year will be strong. So every day is a building block of your sales career. So if you have not planned your every day and you try to take the day as it comes, believe me, every day you go to the office, there will be some new emergency waiting for you, which is going to chop off your day. Hence, try to create a DILO and try to lead your life according to the DILO. Because if you don't have a DILO, the world around you, the ecosystem around you, will ill-treat your time, will misuse your time. And the very same people who misuse your time are also the same people who are going to curse you because of non-performance, because of poor management of time. And then you will not have the opportunity to say that, sir, it's because of you that I'm not able to manage my time. So my step number 1 is prepare a DILO and get it endorsed by your boss. Get it endorsed, get it ratified by your boss. So your boss should know that what do you plan to do at 11 o'clock in the morning? What do you typically plan to do at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? How are you going to do PR and networking after 6 o'clock in the evening? Because once your DILO is prepared and approved by your boss, I don't think he'll become a stumbling block in your fulfilling it. All right. So once your DILO is prepared, what should you do once your DILO is done? And this is how a typical DILO looks like. And I'm not showing you this DILO to say that you should follow exactly similar to this, but I'm just trying to show you that this is how a typical DILO looks. And if you look at this DILO that I'm showing to you on the screen, you can see that all the 5 sales activities and 3 marketing activities are incorporated in the DILO on a daily basis. Now, when you do concurrently follow all the 8 activities in your DILO on a daily basis, you might fail. You might fail 10 days out of 30 days to stick to your DILO. I appreciate. But even if you're able to follow your DILO for 20 days out of 30 days, friends, you have taken your first few baby steps towards managing your time in sales. So if your DILO is in place and your tenacity to stick to your DILO is in place, you have convinced yourself that why you need to follow your DILO, and you have educated the ecosystem around you that why do you want to follow this DILO. your time is broadly managed. Your time is broadly managed. I'll discuss few other tips with you as to uh, how you need to discipline yourself within the dialogue. But as you see on the screen, there's a very famous saying by Benjamin Franklin who says that if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So, self introspection and planning is very, very important for a sales professional, because if you fail to plan your time, you're planning to fail. So, Saturday should be invested by every salesperson. And when I Saturday, I mean any one day in a week. I prefer Saturdays, but you can prefer any other day. So, one day in a week must be dedicated for sales planning, because I know a lot of people who just run around like a vagabond in the market for all the days in the month, and they just don't know when to plan. If you stop them and say, hey, where are you running? He say, I don't know, but allow me to run. Now this is a bull run, right? I don't want a bull run from sales professional. I'm looking at a planned running by sales professionals. All right. So Saturday for planning for the week ahead, and Sunday for self introspection. Sunday is should be dedicated for self introspection and a mental rest to the mind. So the fatigue levels of the mind and a mental rest to the mind should be taken care of on a Sunday. It's very, very important that all of you must take rest on Sunday. Don't try to convince yourself that working for the entire Sunday, actually, you're working hard. You're not working hard. You're just trying to satisfy yourself for your poor performance. You're just trying to find a reason for your poor performance. So Sunday is for self-introspection. Invest some time to look inward and to try and understand why exactly you are into this self-introspection, and give a rest to your mind, because this is also required. If you do not give a rest to your mind will not be fertile to work for your sales plan as per your sales plan in the coming week. Now, let me quickly discuss some of the best practices by sales professionals who manage their time well. The first one, of course, is very important. And I see some new people who are joining me on Instagram: Tahir Pardawala, Sheen, Ravi Bilgi. You're all welcome. And all my new friends who have joined me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, you're all welcome to this program. We are discussing how does a sales professional manage his time. We are also trying to say that time is a constraint which no one in this world can purchase. So you have no option but to manage your time. Until now, in the last 12 minutes, we have discussed why it is important for you to have a dialogue, and how do you plan your dialogue, and what is the discipline required to be able to pursue your dialogue at least for 20 days out of 30 days in a month. Now, let's assume that you are able to do it. I'm sharing some best practices, because if you do not follow these best practices, you will not be able to follow your dialogue, and you will say that, sir, dialogue is a theoretical concept. Actually, it is not. Number one, start your day early. You must have heard of the 5 a.m. club. Now, whether you get up at 5 a.m. or hit the road at 5 a.m., I really don't know. But if you're one of those who gets up at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning and then somehow reaches the office by 10, 10:30, 11, and is still intrigued in their mind and takes time at least till 2 o'clock to assemble yourself, to gather yourself, half your best fertile part of the day is gone. So start your day early. Ideally, you should join the 5 a.m. club, but if not possible immediately, see how many months you're going to take to join the 5 a.m. club, but it's important to be a part of that. Take up tasks. My tip number 2 as best practices is take up tasks when they're important, but not urgent. You see, there are many work, many jobs, many activities in the life of a salesperson which are important but not urgent. Like doing a training program is important but not urgent. Like gathering raw database or suspect database of potential clients is important but not urgent, right? Making a reference call or making a relationship call to an old customer is important but not urgent, right? So all those activities in the life of a salesperson which is important but not urgent must be taken up on priority. You see, if suddenly your sales target goes up and suddenly you say, okay, let me go and meet my old customers and ask for references, it will not work for you, right? You actually have to keep on soliciting references from your old customers by giving relationship calls to them across the month rather than only doing it at the end of the month when you're looking for new inquiries. My tip number 3 is do your work right first time, every time. You see, as a sales professional, you have to understand that when a work comes to you, you should have the mental setup to think that, hey, this is the last time that I'm getting to do this work. This is the only time that I'm getting to do this work. I'm a sales professional. I do not have the liberty of doing this work another time because I have so much to do. Hence, this is my last option. This is the last chance that I'm doing this job. You will find that you will start doing your job early. So, attack work first time, which means that don't allow work to walk to you. Go and attack it first time and do it right first time, every time. Very powerful statement, my friends. The next best practice is religiously prepare your daily sales report. Daily sales report has a lot of bearing on the time management aspect of a salesperson. You might say that, sir, what is the relationship between daily sales report and time management? Well, a lot of relationship because for a sales professional, daily sales report is a raw material. Whatever you do in sales is finally captured in the daily sales report. Many of you do not prepare daily sales report every day thinking that this is meant for your boss or thinking that your boss is using it as a tool to monitor you. I think this is all nonsense. You prepare the daily sales report because you want to organize your life, you want to lead an organized life, and you will find that daily sales reporting religiously for yourself and not for your boss actually transforms your entire time management landscape. It tells you in advance as to how you should make best use of your time, coming day, coming week, coming month. My tip number 5 there is never miss a sales training or a sales enablement program. Whichever company you're working on organizes a lot of sales training, sales enablement programs for you. Many a times I have seen that salespeople miss these programs on the alibi that I don't have time, on the alibi that, hey, I need to go and meet this customer. Actually, you're doing disservice to yourself by omitting these programs. Always attend sales training and enablement programs because that also teaches you how to manage your time better. Every empowerment in sales teaches you how to do your work better, and every time you learn how to do your work better, helps you in managing your time better. My next best practice is analyze failures of time management. Even if you're at fault, analyze failures. The day where you're not able to fulfill your dialogue, the day where you think you could have done better on time, analyze. Talk to yourself, ask yourself, how could I have managed this time better? And talking to yourself will help you a lot in your time management, friends. And my last best practice, which I want to share with you, is choose friends who are good time managers. You see, as a sales professional, if you move around with people who are themselves poor time managers and you are better than them, you get a kind of complex where you feel that this is true and you don't need to improve. But I think that's not right. When you stay around with competent people, by default, your competency goes up. Right? I'm sure you understand what I mean by that. So these 6 best practices taken together and a dialogue which is followed like a Spartan soldier will actually help you a lot in managing your time in sales. Friends, I'm towards the end of today's live session. I am giving you a free offer. If any one of you is still failing to manage your time, and if you are a sales professional, please send an email to me at sanjay@consultforsales.com, consultfigure4sales.com. The email ID is there in my bio, it's there in the slides that you are seeing. You can book a time and I can give you a 15 minutes dedicated slot to help you in your time management in sales. All right. So friends, this is Sanjay Singh, your sales coach, signing off for today with this free offer which you could avail and make the best of it. It is very important for all of us to understand that I'm on a very strong mission to empower 1 million salespersons with the science of selling. So, this is my mission, and I want you to help me in achieving this mission. So, number one, help me connect to as many salespeople as possible so that through my live sessions, which comes every day from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, and Twitter. So choose your social media handle. It is parallelly being streamed everywhere. Let people come. Let us form a cult of sales professionals. Let us form a club of sales professionals who believe in the religion of sales and who are ready to learn from each other and take sales to a next level of respect in the society. So, friends, all those of you who joined me in today's live program, I'm once again very, very thankful to you. Today is Friday, so we taken off on Saturday and Sunday. So I'll see you again on Monday at 1:30 p.m. with a new topic on sales. Stay connected to my channels and keep on enjoying these live sessions, and do not forget to share your comments with me on all these live sessions. And those of you who want to avail the free offer of a 15 minutes one-on-one session, go ahead and take it. Thank you very much, friends. Be proud that you chose sales as your profession, because sales is the only profession which can give you name, fame, and money at a speed which no other profession can give you. Take good care of yourself and enjoy the weekend ahead. Bye-bye.